Welcome back to Wealth Builders Podcast, the podcast that amplifies the stories of women who are building wealth, navigating challenges, and shaping legacies. I'm Dr. Felecia Froe, your host, and today we're talking about a girl whose story is as jaw-dropping as it is deeply educational. Sarah Rector, once called the richest Black girl in America. But what happens when a child suddenly becomes a millionaire in a world not built to protect her? And what can we learn from how she rose, stumbled, and stood tall again? Sarah Rector was born in 1902 in Indian Territory, now Oklahoma. That's where I live, you guys. Her family were Black members of the Muskogee Creek Nation. When the government divided tribal lands, Sarah was allotted a seemingly useless piece of land. But then, at age 10, oil was discovered on her land. And just like that, this quiet, rural girl was earning up to $300 a day in oil royalties. That's the equivalent of about $8,000 per day today. It was headline worthy. She was 11 years old. Newspapers called her the richest colored girl in the world. But wealth doesn't always mean freedom. Almost immediately, people tried to control her fortune. She was appointed a white guardian. There were court hearings. Racial and financial bias followed her everywhere. Some lawmakers even suggested changing her racial status from Black to white, just so she could ride in train cars, access better schools, and receive services befitting her wealth. Despite the money, Sarah Rector remained a child surrounded by adults who didn't always have her best interest at heart. It was a harsh reminder. Wealth without protection is vulnerability. As Sarah entered adulthood, much of her wealth had been mishandled or drained. Bad investments, poor management, and systematic racism played their part. But Sarah didn't disappear. She married, she raised 3 children, she continued to invest in property. She owned businesses. She rebuilt, not to the headlines of her youth, but with quiet dignity and resilience. She didn't let her setbacks define her, and that's where true wealth lies, in the resilience to start again. Sarah Rector's story may be over a century old, but the lessons are timeless. Here's what we can all take from her journey. Sudden wealth requires strategy. Windfalls, whether from inheritance, business, or luck like the lottery, need structure. Build your team. Get legal and financial advice early. Protect what you build. Your wealth attracts attention. Don't be afraid to learn about trust, guardianships, LLCs, and insurance. It's not just about money, it's about protection. Even if you outsource to your team, to people who you know think better about some things, it is still your money. You have to stay connected. Ask questions, understand your investments, know your numbers. Remember, it's resilience over perfection. Sarah's journey wasn't a perfect wealth arc, but she adapted, she endured, and she kept going. That's true financial power. Sarah Rector was a child made wealthy by circumstance, but tested by a world stacked against her, and still she overcame. She adapted. She lived fully. Let her story remind you, you may rise. You may even fall. It's your decision if you're going to rise again. Come back. Be resilient. It's all a part of the wealth building journey. If this episode spoke to you, share it with a friend. Remember to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, whether you're on the audio version or if you're in YouTube, please hit subscribe. It really does help us. Until next time, keep building, protecting, keep rising.